So hey there everybody, as always, welcome to the channel and thanks for stopping by. My name is Rich, I'm the channel host, and normally we're talking about building our small to medium-sized drone businesses. We talk about the hardware that we use, the software we use, the back-end solutions for putting together progression reports for our clients. We cover all that stuff and we talk about it here on channel. Today, however, we're going to talk about something different. And number one, I do not want to be the drone police. So I've never sat out and seen if people are flying legally or illegally or anything. We go out, we do our jobs, and we do our jobs per the FAA requirements that we need to meet. Well, yesterday I was taking a break from doing some video for my clients, so not this type of video, but the client video that we assembled some data just the other day on. So I get up and I take a walk around about every 15 minutes just to break it up, move away from the camera, and clear my head. Yesterday I went out after lunchtime and I heard a big swarm of bees. Well, that's what I thought it was at first, and then I gave it a second listen. And I said, "Hey, there's a drone flying here." And I started looking around in the sky. Sure enough, there is a bright orange Autel drone flying near my house. Um, didn't have a problem with that personally. I'm not worried about anybody infringing on my privacy or anything. But here's the thing: I live in Class E2, so um, I don't fly here. So if you take a look at the Aloft app, some other apps, and you look into it, the location that I'm in is Class E2. The Lance authorization system for Aloft, let's say, um, does not allow me to plan missions here, nor do other Lance applications as well. So I wasn't bothered or anything seeing the drone up there. I was actually excited. I did see the operator's truck, so they were flying actually for a solar company to see if one of my neighbors can get solar installed. So as the operator brought the drone down and did a landing, I took a walk up to him, introduced myself, and talked about the drone that he's got and what he was up to. So he was flying for one of the neighbors, flying for a solar company. And I said to him, "I got to ask you, how do you fly an E2?" And he said, "What do you mean?" And I said, "Well, this is, we've got E2 airspace here. Did you guys get some kind of waiver? What do you have? What do you?" And he said, I don't know about any of that. The company takes care of all of that for us." And I said, "So you're a commercial operator, right?" And this is where it went sideways. He was not a commercial drone operator. The company that he was working for supplied him with the drone. They have their own flight setups for, surveying buildings for solar. And so they put everything together for him as the pilot. So finding out, I said, you don't have a Part 107 exam. He says, "Oh, they do all the registrations and stuff at the company for us, so we just have to fly." And I said, "So what do you do when you're in different types of controlled airspace?" Because there's a lot of controlled airspace in the Prescott area, and most of it's very simple to access, but sometimes it takes a little more. He had no idea about controlled airspace, not at all. So I broke out my phone. I showed him the Aloft app. I explained to him getting approval before doing flights in areas and getting approval in weird areas like E2. So by the way, I've never said I am an FAA expert on this channel. I never will. There's so many rules and things to the FAA. I do have my Part 107. We do renew it every 2 years. And we always keep all of that information with us, and we log all of our flights as well. But so here I was chatting with a guy who's working on behalf of some other company. So um, does he know better? Does he not know better? I'm not sure, but I do know, number one, if anyone on here understands Class E2 airspace, take a look at the charts around the Prescott area and tell me what you think. Can I fly here? Because I've lived here for years. Because of the E2, I don't do any testing here at our studio. I can't. I want to make sure that we're doing everything appropriate. So I haven't flown any of my drones here. Well, we did fly the Avata inside our building, but that's a whole other story. And that's doing testing within the building. But if I want to go outside, put the drone a couple feet away from the porch, and launch it. I'm in E2. You'd get warnings and things. So so clearly this poor guy got sent out. I do feel bad, but he did give me his card and the company that he's working for. I'm not going to put that up on here, but I'd love to hear you chime in. So here we have someone doing an absolute commercial operation. Their company handles all of the registrations. They said, "Oh, well, our drone's registered with the FAA," and I said, "It needs to be more than registered with the FAA, especially if you're in some kind of controlled airspace." So I'd love to hear back from you all, and I do need to get back to work, but I just wanted to film this quick one, talk about that encounter that I had yesterday, and get your opinion. So we've got a guy flying not Part 107 and doing a job for a larger company. What's his liability? What's their liability? I have no idea. All right, I look forward to the conversation here, and we'll see you guys again in the very near future, I'm sure.